All right, Aaron, easy P today. Come on, let's have this. 100 key deadlift, straight up. Come on. That's all right. I've got the perfect thing for you. Personal best pre-workout.
Oh.
Have a sniff of that, see if it helps. Oh shit, here we go. You can feel that?
Whoa!
Oh shit, one hand.
Oh.
No way. It works.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Craig.
And together we make up the Review Bros. And in today's episode we're going to be trying to hit some personal bests with this supplement. Show them.
Pre-workout by Personal Best Supplements.
Let's be getting into this for you guys.
And please do hit the subscribe button, like the video, and let us know if you've heard of this product, and if not, get ready to.
Appreciate that, guys. Cheers.
Taste and mixability comes in one flavour.
Fruit punch. You know, old school, standard, you know, the
Safe
most...
bet.
Yeah, the most obvious choice for most companies. Let's do it.
Look at that.
A 15-gram scoop is the serving. Let's check this mixability and taste.
Come on.
Let's be having it.
Ooh, boom.
Woo!
30 serving tub, we've been told. Because strangely, it doesn't actually say on the tub, but we know it's 30.
We do. We did some maths.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Ugh. Let's see how this bad boy mixes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited about this fruit punch.
Yeah. Froth action for days.
Yeah, pretty good though. Look at that.
Yeah.
Not
There's
bad.
Little,
Oh, a little
tiny
bit.
bits of sediment, but nothing bad at all.
Let me twist that. Come on. There you go. That's beautiful. Oh,
Right, let's see how it actually
is
tastes.
it going to pop with that sodium bicarb?
Oh yeah, hasn't it? Yeah, there we
Whoa.
go. I knew it. Be
Blew me.
careful with that, guys.
Blow your head off. Let's do it. Fruit punch going down. Yeah,
That's
alright.
actually not bad. The sodium bicarbonate adds a little fizz to it.
Yeah, it's more like a fizzy,
Like a Coke.
like
Cherry
a Fanta
Coke.
fruit twisty sort of
Yeah.
style.
It's nice, definitely nicer than your boring average fruit punch.
Mm.
I'm between two numbers.
It's a tad weak.
Yeah.
Tad. It's like cherry. It's cherry,
yeah.
isn't it?
Tastes
Cherry
like a bit
mixed
of a
with
cherry
sparkling
Coke.
water.
Yeah. I actually like that a lot more than I thought I would.
Alright, what do you give it?
I'm thinking an 8.
I was exactly going to say an 8. I'll be
Nice.
absolutely honest. 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Mixed
Mixed
fine,
good.
but tastes really quite nice.
Yeah, not bad. Okay, guys, exciting part. The price of this product. Let's wrap it up for you. Craig's going to get you started.
You go to personalbestsupplements.co.uk where you'll find it for $27.50. They've just recently reduced it, so very nice. 92 pence a go, very good. How many servings, Aaron?
You get a whopping 30 servings. So that's a thumbs up from us. Obviously, a lot of companies do cut back and give you only 20 serves. So we always like to see that.
Good stuff.
Now, it's not obviously currently available in the USA, but we're going to compare it for you guys just so you can, get a grasp of this review. And you never know, one day maybe. It is $35.50 for a tub or $1.18 per goo. And that, on our consistent price scale, is an 8 out of 10 overall. So, good price product. Let's see if it's worth that money in the effects.
Alright guys, it's label time, 15 gram scoop. First up is L-citrulline at 3.5 grams. But what I will say is it says L-citrulline demalate in the ingredients list. So we don't really truly know what
and
it
it's
is.
a 2-to-1 ratio, so we're going to strongly assume that they should have written L-citrulline demalate on the side, which if that is the case, it's a low dose, guys. And even if it was pure L-citrulline at 3.5, it's on the lower echelon of dosing. Now, what I will say is that's responsible for building nitric oxide levels up in the blood, thus giving you some pumps. But like I say, that is underdosed if it's demalate, which it looks very likely to be.
Yeah, exactly. And then we move into beta-alanine at 2 grams.
Again, underdosed, guys, but not stupidly underdosed. 3.2 is the clinical daily dose. It's going to be responsible for those itchy, tingly feelings you get after taking a pre-workout. And along the lines, when the body's built it up in the system, it will buffer lactic acid and help muscle endurance in the gym.
Nice. Then into L-taurine at 1 gram.
which is responsible for hydration, guys. It's just an amino acid that you want to really give you that hydration element, and just a jack of all trades health ingredient as well. Some do link it to pumps.
Yeah, and a gram is actually a reasonable dose.
Yes.
That's acceptable. And then we move into L-arginine at 500 milligrams.
Which, unfortunately, again, guys, is on the low end. We normally like to see 2, 3, 4 grams of the stuff. That, again, pairing with the L-citrulline is going to boost nitric oxide levels up in the system and help with those pumps and contractions.
Nice. Yeah, they're good when they work together, those two. And then into creatine monohydrate at 3 grams.
Now, I will say that's quite a good dose of creatine. Obviously, it's on the lower part of the daily dose, so you might not necessarily need to supplement another creatine product alongside this. It's going to be responsible for pumps, strength output, a bit of endurance, and a lot of good other things. You know, that's one of the most heavily studied ingredients in supplement history, and it's been shown to work, so good stuff.
Yeah. Bit of an odd one to see on the active ingredients, but sodium bicarbonate at 1 gram.
Yeah, we really don't have too much knowledge as to why that's in the pre-workout. It's more of a cooking ingredient, but nonetheless, we'll take it.
Yeah, just to give it a bit of fizz for flavouring, I think. Then into KSM 66 ashwagandha at 600 milligrams.
Now, that is responsible for, lowering cortisol levels, stress levels, stress management, as well as boosting testosterone levels. Now, what I'll say is I really personally do not think this belongs in a pre-workout. It should be a side supplement because it's really not going to benefit you when it gets to the gym. It's not something that's going to kick in like that. It's not really that sort of ingredient.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. The only good thing is obviously it is a good dose, and that KSM 66 is a good form of ashwagandha, but like you say, it doesn't necessarily need to be
I've never seen it in a pre-workout before.
Yeah, it's a bit odd. Another odd ingredient actually to see in a pre-workout, ginseng extract at 500 milligrams.
Similar to ashwagandha, it does contain a lot of health benefits, lowering stress. It's an antioxidant, so it's going to help detoxify the body.
Anti-inflammatory.
Yeah, help with the DOMS the next day, the delayed onset muscle soreness. So, there is some benefit to that, more like recovery rather than pre-workout, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Then into beetroot extract at what looks like a low dose of only 1.6 milligrams.
Yeah, that is an extremely... In fact, that's not going to do anything, guys. I'll be honest. We like to see 500 milligrams of nitrate. You can get 400 milligram pills online. It would give some anti-inflammatory benefits. It would help with blood flow health and help with pumps. So, yeah, I can't see that working at that dose, I'll be honest.
Yeah, and then into caffeine, not anhydrous, just normal caffeine at 200 milligrams.
This is the stimulant of the pre-workout. Some people are going to like that dose. That's discretionary. It's about a couple of cups worth of coffee. Obviously, for us, that's on the lower end. We like to see 300 to 400, but again, that is personal preference, guys.
Yeah. Then finishing off the label, so there's no digestion aid, is gluconorolactone, 100 milligrams. I definitely butchered that.
Yeah. It is a precursor to taurine, so an enzyme connects to it in the body and converts it into taurine. What I'll say is also the body creates it naturally from glucose. It breaks it down into this element. Again, why it's in a pre-workout, we're not too sure. Obviously, there are some benefits to when it's created into taurine. Strange dose as well. We like to see that. Well, we've never seen it before, but there are supplements out there that have daily dosages of 500 milligrams. So we'd like to see a bit more of it. Not too sure again why it's in a pre-workout. It helps with fibrous tissues and connective tissues in the body. So there might be some benefit to that one.
Yeah, a bit of mood elevation, different bits and pieces. But yeah, again, a bit of an odd label, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, an odd label for a pre-workout. But you know what? Labels are just labels. So we're going to move into the effects and tell you the honest truth behind it.
Let's move into this important part of the review, the effects. How do we honestly feel in the gym? And we always start off normally at the beginning. What do we feel, Craig?
So you've got 2 grams beta-alanine, so you feel a little bit of heating, but none of the itchy and tingly. It just about undercuts that. The 200 milligrams of caffeine, you get a little bit of an energy rush, say 20-30 minutes in, and then you're rocking. You head into the gym and to get things moving. And I think
let's cut the bullshit. It's not a great pre-workout, guys. Let's be very honest and very clear and very transparent with you guys. It is not going to cut it for 97% of us out there, to be very precise.
Yeah.
Obviously, a couple of 100 grams, milligrams of caffeine. Some people would say that's okay.
2 coffees worth, give or
Yeah.
take. It's yeah.
For us, and for most of you watching along, that's probably, it definitely will be on the lower side. Obviously, it's just over a can of Red Bull, can of Monster or the like.
And don't get us wrong, we're not stim junkies, so we're certainly not going to slam it on it being low stim. What we are going to say, though, is that it's got next to nothing in there for focus, and the pump ingredients are underdosed and lacking in ingredients.
And that, to be fair, was probably his best bit, the pumps.
Yeah.
But the focus, as Craig says, and the stim were not quite non-existent, but they were getting in that region.
Yeah.
And what we have very thoroughly explained between ourselves is this is more of a health product than a pre-workout. And the reason being is you really do not need ashwagandha in a pre-workout. I know I do mean some very few people would argue you could get away with having it in there.
Yeah.
But it's more of a health, it's like taking a multivitamin before going down the gym.
Even a sleep aid ingredient. I've seen a lot of sleep aids for the relaxing purposes of it.
You just don't need it in a pre-workout. You take a pre-workout absolutely primarily for the effects and feelings of that pre-workout to
For
get
the
you
immediate-
for the pre-workout. The creatine monohydrate is a good dose, and that is more, it can be in a pre-workout, but also something that you probably just would need to take along, like in a daily supplement,
Yeah.
any time of the day, not necessarily pre-workout.
So it is good that it's got those in there at clinical doses, the creatine, the ashwagandha. If you do want those things, you've got a 3-in-1 product, pre-workout ashwagandha, creatine. But, most people supplement with them separately, and you could for cheaper at a higher dose if you wanted to.
Absolutely, and as Craig says, beta-alanine at 2 grams is the only thing you're going to really want, and even then that's a bit underdosed. And the caffeine, honestly, the other thing that I don't like about it, and it's unclear, is that L-citrulline, or citrulline demalate, if you look at the small print, it's a bit like, what is it then? What are we looking at here?
Yeah, because it's underdosed if it's citrulline malate, definitely, and it's on the lower end of acceptable dosing if it's
pure L-citrulline.
But if we have to put money on it, it's the demalate.
So let's take the 3 elements. We said that pumps were, now this is the normal scale, pumps were the highest bit down here.
Yeah, which was still below average, like a 4, 3.
The energy was just below it.
Like a 2 or 3 out of 10.
And then the focus was obviously is
like a 1 or 2
non-existent.
out of 10.
It's not aiming to do that at all by the looks of it.
So on the 3 elements that you look for in a pre-workout, they're all below average. But then you've got the health element, the creatine, the ashwagandha, the fact it's cheap and it's a beginnery
But you'd
pre-workout.
have to
are
take
good
them
things
on daily, every day.
to get the full benefits, yeah. And then you'd be smashing through a tub every 30 days.
Yeah, it's not. To us, it's not really a pre-workout. It's more like a healthy. You could even argue you could take this any time of the day.
Yeah, because
I said a top up at work.
yeah, it's like an energy drink level of caffeine in it, isn't it? Like not much more than a Monster.
No. So all in all, we decided and landed on a score of 3 out of 10 for a pre-workout.
Yeah.
For a health product, you might push on a 4 just because you're getting a bit of ashwagandha, which some people like taking, and you're getting the lower end of the minimum amount of creatine.
I think there is an audience for this sort of product, but for someone that wants a pre-workout, there just are better options for the price.
For us, and I know that most of you guys out there, you're looking at most of the pre-workouts behind us, this will not cut it as a pre-workout. So we're going to finish it there, a 3 out of 10, all 3 elements falling short, unfortunately. Okay guys, that moves into the end of our review where we wrap it up with this final verdict. And we always recommend checking each segment to find out how and why we scored things as we did.
Please do.
But in the order of the review, we started off with that taste and the mixability of the product. What did we give it, Craig?
Comes in one flavour, fruit punch. We gave it an 8 out of 10. Mixed really well, and we did like the little fizzy tang to it.
Yeah, a different style of fruit punch to the one we used to, and personally, better than the
Yeah,
average.
really impressed.
And that moves into the price of the product. We gave it a
8 out of 10. Again, really good on the price scale in terms of overall pre-workouts, but the label does come into it.
And that's where I'm going to actually talk about that.
Yeah.
It is still very overpriced, in my opinion, for what is also compared to in the market of pre-workouts.
Yeah.
We've said you can get ashwagandha at that dose for roughly £10 a month. The creatine, you could get at a higher dose for around another £5 to a tenner tops. The other ingredients to us don't actually add up all the way to $27.50. Now, I'm going to give you some very quick examples of other pre-workouts that really do hit better than this and that you can very often get at a lower price.
We're talking bang for buck.
Yeah. And we're also not saying these are fantastic pre-workouts, but they still beat this one. So we've got the likes of 5150, Kill It, The Curse, Optimum Nutrition, Total War being a good one.
C4,
even the likes of those that you can pick up for, if you get them on a good day, you'll get them for around £20, $24, $25.
Yeah.
This one is too much money for what it is.
Yeah.
Despite them having some good ingredients, but again, they're not necessarily ones you want in a pre-workout. So bang for buck. Although yes, it scores the 8 out of 10 on the official consistent price scale. It's not, in our honest opinion, worth that much. I would pay £15 to £20 for this maximum. And in fact, I wouldn't get it as a pre-workout.
If all the ingredients that are in here were dosed really well, I would say it's probably coming on worth that money. You know, if the citrulline was like 6 to 8 grams and the beta-alanine was like 4 grams and, you know, creatine was 5 grams, if it was dosed to the moon and back, you'd say, yeah, it's worth that. But the doses are average to poor in a lot of the areas.
And that's that's where we move into the important part of this review.
Yeah.
And this is the bit that justifies or unjustifies the other two scores. The effects of the product. Tell them.
We gave it a 3 out of 10 for a pre-workout. We said that it could push a 4 if you're taking into account its other benefits that it offers, ashwagandha, you know, the ginseng, the health benefit kind of things that you don't necessarily care about in
Absolutely.
a pre.
And I think we've sort of advised you guys as best we can to your own discretion, or tell you if this is something you want or not. You know, let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and that gives us a total score of
19
out of
30.
So a below average, you know, compared to our recent reviews of products. The important part falling very short of our expectations.
Yeah.
That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
If it was dosed amazing, we might give it like a 5 or 6 out of 10, but it's not.
We'll just end on that note. Ready?
Yeah.
Guys, we want to say obviously a huge thank you for watching along, and we do thank Personal Best for sending it along, and we do hope that they don't take this in a negative way, although yes, it would be hard to see it in a positive way, but if they could use our knowledge and information that we've given to perhaps build on a new product, then in the long term I'm very sure that would only do them good.
Yeah, they've nailed the price and taste, it's just the effect, you know, you need to sort the dosings out a little bit.
Change the ingredients up.
Yeah, essentially.
So yeah, thank you guys for watching along. We would absolutely love to know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love it if you could turn that thumb blue and give us that thumbs up for us. It does help our channel. It does help us grow, you know, all the good stuff. Let us know what else you want to see us get reviewed for you guys. As always,
stay
steamed. Perhaps not on this one, but stay tuned for more reviews coming soon.